I can't believe what just happened. Coming up this ridge, and right as I cross the hill, 10 yards over the edge, there's a buck and a doe standing there, right in front of me.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have something extra special. We have the 2021 opening day of Pennsylvania rifle deer season. How exciting is that? Deer rifle season here in Pennsylvania is such a huge thing, and today I get to finally be a part of it after missing it for the past 2 years, so I'm absolutely stoked about that. It's around 5 a.m. right now, and I just got out of the truck. My tree stand is not too far in the woods, but we'll go ahead and get up there and get ready for the sunlight.
Just got on my stand and set up. It is a little bit after 5, and shooting a light is not till about 6, I think it said 6:36, pretty sure. So it said sunrise is closer to 7. My brother Wyatt, Logan, and my dad, plus my cousin David, are all getting to their stand about now. So we have 5 people in the woods in 5 different spots. A lot of us can shoot doe, some of us can't, because for the first time in a while, you're able to shoot doe on the first day of PA rifle season. Hopefully we can get something on the ground, buck or doe. Alright, it's right now around 6:30. We just have a few more bits yet to go before. As of this morning, there was 2 people that came in close to my spot, and I kind of used my flashlight to signal them a little bit. One guy moved off to a different spot, and then another guy ended up just shifting farther down. Okay, it's only been about 30 minutes since you could start shooting. I had that guy come in, like right as you were able to start shooting legally, and I tried to let him know that I was here. I have no idea if he saw me or not, but yeah, on PA public land, that sort of thing happens sometimes. It sucks to see it happen, but he's trying to hunt too, but we'll see. Alright, the first couple of hours have gone by, and I hadn't seen anything myself. There hasn't been too much shooting either, very close to me, and overall there haven't been too many shots that I could hear. Looks like a mom and a fawn. After those 2 doe, I haven't seen anything since then. My toes were actually getting really, really cold, and so I got down on the stand, and I'm actually going to do some still hunting here for a little bit, warm up, and then I'll probably get back in later in the day. But I just couldn't sit there any longer. My toes were way too cold. My brother texted us that he saw a bear, but he couldn't shoot at it because he had no shot, but unfortunately that happens. It's currently 8:45, and I have yet to see any deer. If I'm counting correctly, there's been around 15 different shots the first 2 hours of hunting, which is pretty good for the area that we typically hunt. It tells us there's a lot of deer put to the ground first 2 hours of hunting. I hate to say it, guys, but I'm gonna get down from my tree stand. This guy's too close to me, and he's not wearing orange. I don't want any accidents to happen. I'll
tree stand, and I'll go to a different spot and I'll talk to you guys about what's going on real quick.
Check it out. It's probably just one that they climbed, or that a bear climbed, but it's a tree. It has claw marks on it. You can see, just like that one we found while we were scouting for spots. And then on this side here, the bark is just ripped off. There, you can really see, that's claw marks right there. Bark is just ripped off on this side. Pretty cool. Just randomly stopped and there it was.
Just got down from the tree stand and had to walk down, and I just looked over here. There is a deer track right there. Went right underneath my tree last night. See, there's deer in here. But yeah, let's get going. Second shot. I thought would be kind of interesting is to go ahead and see if I can get a kind of a barrel shot. So I installed my GoPro to the top of my scope. Looks something like that, just to see what it looks like. But my batteries keep on dying because the weather's so cold. So I can't exactly keep them in here. I have to tuck the actual camera underneath my in my pocket to warm it up. Let's rock and roll.
I can't believe what just happened. Coming up this ridge that I wanted to walk and stalk very slowly across this thing. And right as I cross the hill, where I can see the top of the ridge and everything up here, 10 yards over the edge, there's a buck and a doe standing there, right in front of me. I come up right where they are. I didn't get a good look entirely of what the buck was, but it was pretty like he was as wide as the ears almost, and so it's a good chance he was a legal buck. I'm gonna give it a little bit, and then I'm gonna see if I can get on the buck's tracks and maybe try and track him real slow. While I'm trying to track that buck, I saw another deer up ahead of me. I scoped him out and stuff, but I couldn't get a positive idea if it was the buck that I saw or if it was just a doe. There was 2 times I saw its head. It didn't look like there was anything on top of it. I think I lost the tracks, so I'm not sure if I'm even on the same buck's tracks. I'm still kind of following tracks, but just up in this good territory. That's what I'm going to check out the rest of the way. I don't know what this is, but clearly something has been scratching it. Maybe a porcupine. It's possible. There's little marks up the tree. Something maybe was climbing it.
I'm kind of just sitting in this one spot right now. Last minute resort. This is a spot I never really set a tree stand at. There's one pine tree I hunt out of sometimes down below me about 100 yards. But this is kind of a last minute resort. The other spot got blown out. So I just decided to sit down for a little bit. There's a lot of tracks. There's a lot of tracks right around me. I'm sitting on the right outside the edge of it. Trying to hope for a deer to just walk up from the swamp uphill.
Alright, so I went to go back to my spot to sit the evening, and the guy I saw in the morning was sitting like not too far away from it. So I talked to him for a little bit,
he told me that his setup had actually been destroyed because he made a blind out of brush, and I guess the wind and storms, or maybe somebody else came through and saw it and messed it with it, but it got destroyed. So he was kind of sitting and moving spots, and he told me right in that area where I was sitting is where he shot one before, so I guess that's why he came to that spot. And since he saw I wasn't there because I had left to do some walking, he decided to sit, which is okay, you know. I just decided to leave and walk out, and while I was walking out there were 2 more people sitting up in hemlocks just on the ground. So there's a lot of people out. Any luck today?
Just a bear, no deer, probably about 200 pounds, couldn't get a shot. He ran off just as I saw him at about 50 yards, so just a bear.
Maybe he'll be there tomorrow.
We'll see.
Or deer.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So when I first got on my tree stand, I got in there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I left plenty early. I left at 4:10 from the cabin. I got into the woods at 4:40 and got into my tree stand at 5 a.m. So that's like almost 2 hours. That's almost 2 hours. There's just a shot. So we might have a deer coming towards us. That's almost 2 hours before sunlight. And around 5:45, I had a hunter come into me, come up close to my tree stand, and I'm set up kind of at a pretty good spot. I mean, a spot that you can see pretty far, which is really nice about it. But at the same time, if there's a person there, you can't really be on top of each other. Just, you guys know, you're public land hunters. But basically, guy came in and he started flashing his light around 50 yards from me. I flashed him and he left. Closer to 6:15, which is only 45 minutes before sunlight, give or take. Another hunter walks in, and he's around 125 yards, but I can see it around 150. And right in front of me, you guys see, I can see kind of like in a V. My shooting lane is on a V. And this guy comes in, and at right around the 125, 150 yard mark. Guy comes in with his light, starts flashing up in the trees, you know, trying to climb up his climber stand, I'm assuming. And I'm flashing him, making sure he knows where I'm at, because, you know, some people don't even want another hunter even close by to them, and it's just, especially with a rifle shooting 120 yards, you're reaching out there, and you don't want to be really, really close to people because you'll shoot the same deer, and it's also kind of unsafe. A couple minutes went by, and this guy, I couldn't see him. So I'm up in the tree stand then during sunlight, and I haven't seen anything for a couple hours. I don't see this guy. I'm like, okay, he must have left. He saw my light, must have got down from his tree stand and left. Then all of a sudden, I just see this orange appear. I'm like, that wasn't there 15 minutes ago. And it was the same exact tree as where that light was flashing up in the sky at 125, 150 yard mark. What I'm thinking what happened was, this guy was not wearing any orange. The guy literally has just an orange hat on. It's kind of frustrating, you know, outside of just not wearing all your orange, it's kind of frustrating for other hunters because I could have shot him if he wasn't wearing any orange and a deer was right in front of me and I couldn't see that guy. I could see this guy moving around with my bare 2 eyes, but he was wearing all camo and I couldn't see him unless he had, without that orange beanie. And he was about clear as day, 15 yards up the tree. But I couldn't see him in the morning. There's no way he just appeared, you know what I mean? And he was wearing an orange hat, only orange hat, no orange vest. Basically, I was looking at him, and it turns out he was kind of facing me, and I was kind of facing him, and it was very, very unsafe. And I was like, he's not going to get down from his tree stand. I feel uncomfortable. I don't want him to shoot towards me, and I don't want to shoot towards him, so I got down my tree stand and ended up going to the other spot. But it was kind of frustrating. Because, yes, it's unsafe. You know, he shouldn't be probably doing that. You know, it's not. But secondly, you know, I'm wearing all orange. There's no way this guy doesn't see me. I'm right in front of him. I mean, he's staring me down, and yet he's still there. And it's just kind of upsetting. But yet it's public land. You know, you can't tell somebody to move. If they want to sit beside you, they sit beside you. It's kind of courtesy. You know, you don't want to just kind of screw somebody up on purpose, but it's public land, it's open to the public, so, but, yeah, that was kind of my rough patch of the day, but, yeah. If you guys liked watching this little hunting episode with my brother and my family up in the mountains of Pennsylvania, Be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot, to know future videos. You can also click that little bell in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and also hit that like button. It helps me know if the videos are doing pretty well. Yeah, and for today's video, comment down below what county you guys hunted in for the first day of Pennsylvania Rifle, if you were hunting this season. And with that being said, have a phenomenal hunting season, guys. Stay safe in the woods, and good luck.
All right, for the first day, when we got back to the cabin, turns out we have 4 doe and a bear. Couple good-sized doe. Here's the doe. That's a pretty big doe. Here's the bear. That's pretty cool. And 2 more pretty good-sized doe over here. All in all, that is a very successful first day. No buck, but hopefully there's some buck that I can take down tomorrow.